Hey guys, it's Joey Dale. Welcome to a new deep dive. This time I'm going to talk about my project Isaya Neris. It's an alias where I make Afro house and more melodic, slower stuff. I'm going to show you a project inside for my track Grace Kelly. A kind of sophisticated Afro house track with violins and really beautiful chords. So yeah, something different for me this time, but let's dive straight into it. Alright, so I will first play the track for you. And then I will show you each and every layer I used for this track and what I did. Here come as you can hear, the percussion and the kick. And here and here is a piece of the drop. Alright, that's enough. Yeah, first off, I will show you the track where it all started. I was looking on Splice and I found this violin chord loop. And as you can hear, it sounds really beautiful, and I thought, let's make a let's make a nice track out of this. So what I did is I was looking for the bass line of this loop. And there are multiple ways how you can look for this. One is basic pitch. If you Google it, it's a website from Spotify itself where you can upload an audio file, like an MP3 or a WAV file, and then it will automatically look for the MIDI file in it, and you can download it. I didn't use that for this one specifically because this one was actually really easy to look for the bass line, but it's a nice tool and it can work. So yeah, if you want to look for the MIDI file in a certain audio file, just go to basic pitch. But for this one, I was just looking for the bass line because I wanted to create my own bass line, as you can hear in this part. This for the sub and this. So yeah, I wanted to make the track in G sharp, as you can see, G sharp and 118 BPM. So this loop was in C, as you can see, in C minor. So if you want to pitch it down to G sharp, you go towards the piano roll, and that's what I always do, and then count down till the key you want to pitch it in. So -1, 2, 3, 4. So -400. And as you can see at the top left corner, it's -400 cents. And again, why? Because -400 is -4 semitones. And one full octave is 12 semitones. So yeah, if you pitch it down 400, you get a G sharp. And if you play it then, and that's just simply something you learn over the years with the production experience. Just try to find the bass line in it, and that was in this case this bass line. I will play the part for you just so you can hear. F sharp, E, and D sharp. So as you can hear, it's a really simple bass line, but it worked really well. So yeah, that's when I knew I could make something out of this. You know, if I add the nice drums and because I already have the chords and the melody. In this case, the melody came from this violin I found on Splice. So as you can hear, it's a really nice loop, and and I know people say using loops it's not what a real musician does, but you know, if it sounds good, it's there. You know, it's there on Splice to be used. So if you don't use it, someone else will use it also. So yeah, that's why I just started using this. So yeah, I had a melody, I had chords, and I had the nice drums, and of course the bass line. So yeah, for the next part of the bass line, we go towards here. So as you can hear, here is a lot happening. The violin is playing again, but filtered away. And then the bass line. So as you can hear, I got the bass line. And what I like to do in an Afro house track is, on the last few beats, I'd like to go one octave up. It brings a lot of dynamic feel to your bass line, and it won't sound too static if you just use one tone. So as you can hear, it will be really nice in your track, and it brings just a subtle variation you can do. So then this part comes in, and these are the chords I made myself. So as you know, I had the bass line in G sharp, F sharp, E, and D sharp, and I just started, messing around with the chords in the piano roll, and I got these chords. So as you can hear, it's a really simple chords, and it's in the same key, of course, as the violin, and together it sounds really nice. That's the really simple way to make some chords, and just try something. Just try stuff. I don't have any music theory. I just do what is in key and what sounds good. So yeah, that's how I came up with these chords. And by the way, the MIDI and the complete project file is also available in my Afro House pack. So then some loops, some nice percussion and shaker loops I downloaded on Splice, some effects, and here as you can hear, it's like a one tone of a synth shot. It's also a loop from Splice. It's in G minor, so if you pitch it up 100 cents, it's in G sharp. Just like my track, and it goes really well. It fills up the space, and it brings a lot of groove in a subtle way to your track. And I think in Afro house, synths like these are done a lot, and it's a really nice way to fill up the background and to bring more groove to your melodies. Then a nice tom snare loop. So yeah, that's nice. And then of course the vocal. This is a vocal, just a simple vocal loop I found on Splice, and I was like, let me try if it fits the track, and it did. And that's basically how I work with vocals sometimes. Sometimes I just want to see if something fits, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the lyrics, but just the melody in this case. That sounded really good together with the violin chords. So I use this one. In terms of EQing for the vocal, I cut out some lower frequencies and some sharp tones around 1300 to 3000 hertz. Added a reverb to it, quite a lot, I see. The wet is on 70%. And another reverb. To be honest, I don't know why I did this. I thought the vocal was too hollow sounding, or too simple. So I wanted to add some effects to it. And even this one, guys, I know this one is like a taboo if you use FL Studio, but a sound goodizer, I put this one on top because the vocal was sounding too far away, and it didn't sound really good in my opinion. So I added a sound goodizer on top of it, And then another EQ for some to remove some of the shallow sounding tones in this vocal. So let's go to this part. As you can see, these are the chords. And as you can see, this is like an arpeggio kind of rhythm I like to use in my melodic tracks. So as you can see, it's exactly the same chords, but I made like an arpeggio sound of it. And how you do that? By the way, the sound is called Bandit. It's like an standard sound in the Nexus, or it's not standard, but it's from the ROM extension too, and it's called Bandit. Well, how you do this? So if you take here I will show you. If you take these chords, and I will make it in the next one. So just over here, So this is how I do this. As you can see, the chords are exactly the same, but a way to make it more, to make it more interesting and to bring some more feel to it. I'd like to make a kind of an arpeggio sound to it. So this is what I did. So you make this one here. Go to the top left. You do discard lengths. So it's gonna be one single note. Then add this one to the 1/4 beat. Or no, I'm sorry, to the 1/4 step. So it's like this. I see I also did like a B tone to it. But how you do this is actually really simple. So let me take this. Let me remove this one. So if you want to make an arpeggio kind of sound, just take your chords, make it really short, like a 1/4 of a beat, like this, and then the bottom one you need to be on the first, and the second one on the second, and the third one on the third, and the fourth one on the fourth, of course. So you have like a ladder, and this is like a nice way to make an arpeggio. And if you add it all together, so this is only for the first chord, but you get the idea, of course. It will sound like this. So wait. So yeah, it's like a simple way to add like a nice element to your track. I also did it for this piano sound. As you can hear, it's like the same. So yeah, and you can do this for all the other chords too, and it's a nice way to add some more variation to your chords. Otherwise, it will be too static. So yeah, go to the next part. This is where the kick comes in and some more percussions. So as you can hear, this synth loop is really prominent, and it really does the job in terms of adding some more groove to the melody. So basically, it's just one tone synth shot, but it's done in a really nice way. So it adds like a nice groove on top of your track. So then, for this part, something really important happens. The kick comes in. And this kick is existent of a top kick. What I did in cueing, I did nothing. So it's a top kick. And then the most important part, I think, of this track and my whole Afro House, all my Afro House tracks, is I sampled the kick from Move, from Kind of Music. I think Move is one of the most famous tracks in the Afro House genre. So I thought, let's take the kick from that track. If you sample it and you only sample the kick, it's allowed. So you can do that. How you do this is like a completely different tutorial. I won't go into this, but you basically take only like the middle part. Here, let me see. This is like the body. So you basically only take like a few frequencies part of the track, in this case Move by Kind of Music, and you only take one part of the frequencies. And I also did it with this. So as you can hear, this is more like the low of the kick, together with like the middle, like the body part. And then and then on top I added my own top kick. So basically you take the low and the middle part, which is really important in a dance track, of a track that already proved itself. That's why you can sometimes sample kicks if it adds to your track, and in this case I did it for almost all my tracks, and the kick in Move sounds really great. So yeah, that's why I sampled it. I will link some tutorials in the description about how to sample kicks. It's really easy if you know it, but you can basically sample any kick you want from any track. Together it makes a kick sound like this. So as you can hear, it has the same low. If you would compare it to Move, it would have the same low and the same middle part for the kick as that track. So yeah, that's like a nice way to use some existent elements from a track that already proved itself. So yeah, what happens here is, yeah, I added like a saw, sharp saw sound to the bass line, this one. So this is more like for the bass part you can hear. This is more like a sub. And it has a really warm low to it. And I also wanted to add another layer you could hear in the track, and that's like this one. It's called Basic Saw from Flex, FL Studio tool. Yes. So then we go towards the build-up part. So yeah, the build-up part is actually really simple. I just removed the kicks and I let the percussion and all the heads do its work. And as you can see, it's a lot of percussion loops and head loops I found on Splice, and I made some myself, like this one. It's like a light percussion. And this one is like a tom pattern I made. You know, it's really simple, but yeah, I think in an Afro house track, it's all about the percussion and the groove, and of course the bass line and the melody. Especially now, Afro house has really been commercialized, to say. So use nice melodies and nice chords in your track, and yeah, you are on your way maybe to have like a hit in the Afro house scene. So yeah, these are just some loops of some snares, and here's another part. This is a synth shot, and this was also like a synth loop, but I cut out only like one part, this one, and then I added my own rhythm to it. And of course, it's also in G sharp. In terms of EQing, just remove the low end, added a nice reverb to it. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, wait. Yeah, and some sidechain, some higher frequency dips, and a stereo shaper. I use preset stereo-wise for this one to make it more stereo. And together with this one, I already showed you, it gives a really nice bounce to it. And yeah, together, of course, with everything. So, you know, also these synth shots together, and with all the percussions, it's a really nice track. It came out a nice way. So yeah, in this case, you know, as I said before, the track, the melody of the track is like a loop. I didn't do anything with it, but it sounded so nice, you know. I think I hadn't heard like a real violin orchestral play inside an Afro house song. So I thought, let's do something with it. As you can see, the original BPM was in 143 BPM, so you just have to adjust it to 118, and you have like a complete new feel to an already existing melody. And then I found these chords also that are separate samples, so they didn't have to do anything with each other. But if it's in the same key, I think you will be really surprised about how nice something can sound. If you add it together. So yeah, it all started with this, and then I made my own bass line from it. Then I made my own synth chords from it, this one. And then added all my snares, my synth shots, my percussion loops, and of course the sampled kick from Move, and together you get this track. So I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.